Rockefeller, Carnegie, Morgan, Ford, Vanderbilt. These are all names you're probably familiar with, not just because of the wealth they created while they were living, but because of their ability to pass it on from one generation to the next. You see, their names will never be forgotten because their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on will continue to benefit from their wealth with almost no chance of it ever going away because it continues to grow. So, how did they do it? Trusts. That's right. By properly creating a series of trusts, they were able to virtually eliminate taxes and protect their assets, while being able to build, live, and leave a legacy, all at the same time. This is exactly why MWR has created our Trust My Assets program. Before now, trusts, the knowledge of how they work, and their benefits have typically been limited to just the wealthy elite. Why? Because most experts charge tens of thousands of dollars to structure them properly, eliminating the masses. Most wealthy families only pass this information on to other family members, and the average consumer typically doesn't have access to the experts needed to structure them properly. However, thanks to MWR, you now have access to all the trusts you'll need, experienced experts to structure them properly, and you'll now be able to enjoy the benefits at a price you can afford. In the words of Nelson Rockefeller, your goal should be to own nothing but control everything. Trust My Assets gives you the ability to do just that, providing the maximum amount of protection for your assets against creditor collections, lawsuits, judgments, liens, and a whole lot more. What you don't own can never be taken from you. And with Trust My Assets, your trusts will now own your assets, but you still have total control over all of them. But that's not all. Taxes are our biggest expense as Americans, and believe it or not, our tax system in the U.S. is completely voluntary. However, once you complete that first W-4 for your first job, you volunteered to participate, and the only way out is through trusts. This is a key benefit of being in business with MWR. Think about it. W-2 employees pay the highest taxes of 28 to 37%. We help them become business owners to reduce that tax liability down to 18 to 22%. We then help them become investors to reduce the tax on that income down to 10 to 15%. And last but not least, we help them establish trusts so they can shift their tax liability to their trust at a rate of 0 to 5%. Imagine making $100,000 per year, and instead of giving $20,000 to $30,000 or more to the IRS, you are able to only have to pay $5,000 or less. What would you do with that extra money year after year? These are just a few of the many ways Trust My Assets can benefit you and your family. However, one of the most important benefits is your ability to pass your legacy on from one generation to the next, without ever having to worry about your family dealing with probate or taxes on the assets you leave behind. If your ultimate goal in life is to leave an inheritance to your children's children, then Trust My Assets gives you everything you need to make it happen. So, what are you waiting for? Get back to the person that provided you with this information and find out how MWR can help you trust your assets today.
Welcome to the live stream. Guys, listen, I am excited to be on this platform tonight to share this information with you. And along with this engagement that you're going to hear, we're doing more than just a presentation, but the conversation. And I have my partner, this gentleman I'm about to bring on with me tonight. He brings a lot of success in his own right. He hails out of Atlanta, Georgia. I had the pleasure of spending some real in-depth time with him in Georgia at our Game Changer event. And I tell you what, we just been bouncing off each other with the ideas to be able to get this word out in its entirety to this nation of people who need to understand that there's another way for you to be able to have the success that you need to get on the other side of money. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on my partner, my friend, Mr. Brian Woods.
Hey, what's going on, Daryl? Hey, man, thanks for letting me in the room, man. Hey, I'm excited, man. So excited, man, like to get off into this conversation because a lot of people need this. Is necessary, my brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. But just in case I did not say this, because we're always excited about what we're getting ready to do. My name is Darrell R. Banks. I'm actually an executive director and expansion leader with this phenomenal company called MWR, partnered with the Wealth Syndicate. And what we're here tonight is to basically share with you the rules of the wealthy and the tables that most people are not even sitting at with this kind of conversation. And Mr. Woods, uh, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Hey, well, hey, just like you said, man, I'm a proud member of the Wealth Syndicate, part of Team Legacy, of course, Power Move 06. My background, hey, I come from a military background, did 21 years of service. And upon me actually leaving the service, hey, I joined this awesome financial group. And they actually set me up to be in place to know when I walked away from my career that I was going to be able to take care of my family without having to look back or having to struggle. So I can tell you right now that what we're about to talk about today, I always leave a caveat, whenever I actually do this by myself, but I'm doing it with my partner today, man. This guy right here is awesome, Darrell Banks. I've been following this guy since the beginning when I got in roughly about 4 years ago. And I'm telling you, this guy right here is what you see on camera is what you see in person. This guy is all legit, and he will not lead you wrong. So I'll tell you, I used to tell people when you come in the room, when I'm in the room or we do anything, hey, you can't unsee what we're about to show you, and you cannot unhear the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. So hey, go ahead and y'all go out and share this up front, because it's about to be an explosive conversation.
Absolutely. Well, hey, listen, before we get started, we got a few little housekeeping rules that we want to be sure that you understand. Quite simply, grab yourself a pen and a pad to take copious notes on what you're getting ready to hear. The one thing is, guys, that we make no guarantee of any income. We on these individual results, you basically have to put in the work to be able to see the results of your labor. This is not a microwave opportunity. So just as soon as you see yourself getting ahead of yourself, then you're going to know that you're doing the right thing with this program. All right. So what do we all have in common? We have employees that are self-employed individuals. We have our business owners. We have our athletes, our rappers, our entertainers out there, and we have already wealthy people. But the one thing that we have all in common out of all of the respectable titles that we see here is that we just do not know what to do with our money. Now, Mr. Woods, man, wouldn't you elaborate on that a little more?
Hey, I'll tell you, man, it's a true thing, because and I know, Darrell, since we've been in the industry and even just working in the workforce, that first of all, when we started knowing about the workforce, this was stuff that we were never taught in school. Okay. And to get the perspective straight forward is this. The system itself wasn't never set up, even from the school system all the way to the work system, was never set up for us to understand these actual information that we're about to put out tonight. Even goes back all the way earlier than the 1913. And for most people that are living nowadays, there's not a lot of people that's living from 1913 when this game started being played on us, as far as back when they started the actual monetary system. So I don't want to leak all that out the bag, but just give you how far it goes back. Now, if you got somebody in your household that's been born in 1913, by all means, hey, kudos to them that they still living. But I can tell you right now that the game been being played right in your face, and that's a whole nother topic. But my guy Darrell Bank, he knows 100% of his information that we're about to lay down. But it goes back as 1913 when they started the Federal Reserve. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Roger Grant for educating us in that area. It was really,
and we're gonna share with the people exactly how with Mr. Grant coming to bring his successes to our company, how you're going to be able to benefit from that as well. So what we find that we just don't have access to is what we like to call wealth building resources, things that would help you create a positive cash flow, things that will help you get multiple streams of income, things that will help you have asset accumulation, wealth protection, being able to create generational wealth, and then being able to take that education and implement that education so that way you don't find yourself getting back into the rut that you were originally in. So you definitely want to have these wealth building resources, and we have access to that with this company that you're about to hear about. So what is the best kept secret? Well, we're letting it out the bag. Is MWR. And MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. And we are doing just that. We are a full service financial strategies company that gives you access to the experts. We're talking about the same people who LeBron James has access to, who Oprah Winfrey has access to. You now have that type of access to be able to share with you exactly how to handle your money properly, from credit restoration specialists, debt elimination specialists, investment consultants, all wrapped up in this wealth membership that you're getting ready to hear about. This is a premium financial membership that's going to help you create, increase, and multiply and protect your wealth. Mr. Woods, what would you say about that?
Hey, you definitely hit the nail on the head. Daryl, a lot of this stuff, man, I didn't even have a clue, because the only thing I thought about is that old system that they used to try to teach us with that 40, 40, 40. We're talking about being in the workforce for, working 40 hours for 40 years just to get 40% of our pay. But I want to say we're not knocking jobs, but we're trying to show you how to put some gasoline on the fire for your future lifestyle, because your current lifestyle is by your job. But what we're about to talk about, your future lifestyle is going to be in investing in the number one asset. That's yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the company MWR. First of all, the company has been in existence since 2017. Okay. It was actually put together by Mr. Brian House. He actually is the CEO and founder of MWR Financial. The one thing he said when he actually created this company is that people needed right now money. And when we show you exactly what that means, you're going to understand why. Followed by our president of the company, Mr. Ndamo Tosin. We have our chief marketing officer, Ms. Sonia Williams. We have our chief technology officer, Mr. Jonathan Moore. And we have Ms. Leisha Ross, who is our chief operating officer. All this put together over 100 years of combined experience. Our home headquarters is based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The product is the wealth membership and its resources. And guys, we are a multi-million-dollar debt-free company. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to be a part of what this company is doing, being one, debt-free, first of all, but also seeing the history being made and being a part of it. Okay. I came into this company in 2019 and becoming a founding member of this company, and have seen it go way scale, and it's only getting better, guys. So what is our job? Our job is to become a promoter. We're already doing it right now. You already running your mouth right now about Power coming up in September. You're ready to watch that. You sharing that with other people, and they basically are saying they can't wait to watch it as well. Well, is Stars sharing any of the wealth from that? No, but you are going to promote that information. We got sports coming up. We got concerts coming up. You got parties, events. You sharing stuff on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You're already doing the promotion right now. It's a $58.2 billion industry. But the question is, are you being compensated? What would you say about this, Mr. Woods?
Hey, a lot of people not being compensated, my brother. Hey, this is a time for them to get compensated for, talking about a lot of stuff, promoting it. Hey, because word of mouth is the best way to promote. And that's what we do best, by promoting wealth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have what's called the wealth membership. Okay. You're going to let our experts help you increase, multiply, protect your wealth through this wealth membership. And let's show you exactly what's all included into this wealth membership. And when somebody says what's all in it, well, what's not in it is the question you should be asking yourself. We're going to show you how to reduce your taxes. We're going to show you how to get your bills lowered. How about being able to enter your cell phone bill, your current security bill. If you have a home water system, a whole lot of different things that are your average everyday bills. Being able to have a negotiator negotiate that for you and get you a lower price than what you were paying for it. You know that during COVID-19, they actually put an additional fee on your bill because they got to recoup the cost for what's being spent because they've actually lost a lot of their employees, and the businesses are having to recoup the cost. So they pass that off to you. Well, how about being able to eliminate your debt in record time? We're all living with some kind of a debt situation, and you want to know how to get a handle on that debt, get it reduced in a timely fashion. We have a debt elimination program to help you do just that. What about restoring your credit? Being able to restore your credit anywhere from 50 to 150 points. I actually have a 130 point increase in my credit score using this program. And share this quick note with you. Credit restoration is included in our membership. You're not paying additional for that. There's services out here that basically say they can help you fix your credit. These services, and I'm telling you what, it's unethical for anyone to charge you a fee like that. Our program has credit restoration included and also includes your spouse as well. Mr. Woods, let's talk about the other parts of our program.
Hey, so we got so many different areas that we can help people out, with these finances, financial services. And the thing I like about it is the experts do all the work. But what sticks out to me so much in this path is, with that land banking, we're buying land in the path for growth. It really hits me home. And trust my assets. I mean, out of all the things in this bucket, man, right, this put the seal of deal on everything. We'll get a little bit more deeper in that till we get to that slide, but that right there sticks out to me alone for this opportunity. That is well worth everything, because a lot of people have been getting trust that's not even working the way it's supposed to be. But on top of that, we able to have that path to home ownership, like you said earlier, and going out with this actual student debt relief. Now, I don't know about you, but man, we got a lot of professionals out there right now that they need this. When I say professionals, we talk about some lawyers, some doctors and stuff. They still owe on some of this school funds that they had, for loans they bought. And we want to help those professionals out. And we have a slew of other services that can help you out in the actual legal service area, and I actually write a lot of documentation. So I love this, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, love it. So the question that asks is, well, how much is all this going to cost me? Because when you think about all the services that we had to offer you, the person would think that it's way out of the scope of them being able to afford it. Guys, listen, this membership is only $149.97 a month. No setup fees, and a spouse is included, as I stated. Where can you go to get the kind of services we just mentioned to you for that kind of money? Nowhere. Person say to me, well, I don't have it. Well, this is the reason why you need what we are showing you. Because if you are of the age of that you are, and you're telling yourself that you don't have $149.97, then that's a problem. And we want to help you put the into that problem by getting your finances in order. All right. We talked about the keys to home ownership. This is a program that we are offering where you have a person that has a desire to buy a home, regardless of their credit history. We can help them get into a home. Okay. So when someone says, I'm in the need to purchase a property, we got you covered with this keys to home ownership program. Very, very, very well put together program. We talked about the diversified cash flow fund and the private bank account. These two accounts right here alone is a game changer. Let me just share a little with you about this right here. If you never heard of an accredited investor before, an accredited investor is a person who makes $250,000 or more, or $1 million net worth in assets that's not including their property, that has access to accounts like this. When's the last time you've been to your banker and they basically said to you, well, we have something better than your 401k? No, they're not going to talk to you about this because you're not making that kind of money yet. But through our program, you're in position to be able to qualify for 2 accounts that can have a tremendous amount of growth for your money. And we're talking about uninterrupted compound interest on a diversified cash flow account. When we talk about the private banking, this is that whole deal about infinite banking being your own bank. That's what this is all about, guys. You've heard about it, but you never knew that this existed because you weren't in the right circles. So now you're in it, and we're showing it to you right here. Mr. Woods, let's talk about that land banking, man.
Man, I'm glad you talked about it, man. Hey, land banking, man. Land banking is where you buy land in the path of growth. We got some land out in a place called Antelope Valley, California, with people like Mr. Warren Buffett, the 2028 Olympics, and we're talking about the U.S. Armed Forces. I'm going to be creating 6,000 jobs in this location. Now, I don't know if you remember, Daryl, when the 1996 Olympics came to Atlanta, but Atlanta went from Atlanta to hot Atlanta. And when I say that, hey, the influx of how, you know, people started to move to Atlanta because they had to be able to support all the people that were coming there at that time for the Atlanta Games, that left, you know, a bridge of people wanting to stay in the city of Atlanta because it blew up and a lot of things for the infrastructure was built off of that money when the 1996 Olympics came. Even now to this day, Atlanta is more like the new LA because they got people like Tyler Perry, you know, doing movies out there, and they got people out there that having a lot of celebrities doing the music industry and stuff out there, and it still sets the path today. It's like the mecca of people, you know, startup. But more so over in this Antelope Valley, they're going to be having like some green home zone that they're going to be able out there. They're going to be having a new transportation system that they're going to be coming out there. But more so is this is just like having a payday and sitting on it. And I know that sounds weird, but think about this. Just imagine me sitting on a property of land and you got people that's coming through wanting, you know, to build, you know, like a new Walmarts and all these different type of things on it. You are just waiting for a payday there. I don't know about you, but I like, you know, waiting patiently for money at this point in my life because I know that it takes time to grow. But this right here, this is different, you know, especially all these real estate gurus, and you can get this land for 40% under the wholesale value. I don't know where else you would want to even get a deal like this if you was a real estate wholesaler, you know?
Facts. So we're talking about trust my assets, man. Listen, you and I both have had a chance to sit down and listen to Mr. Roger Grant break this down. And this information right here, I tell you what, I was just blown away just from the educational piece, okay? But again, when you get this money, you know, they got a $1.5 billion lottery out there right now that people are spending the money to get their hands on, okay?
Wow.
Now, you're going to need to know how to protect that cash if you were to hit that big money. Well, structuring your legacy and protecting your assets is going to be crucial if you come into money like that. But here's the thing, man. You don't have to be wealthy to be able to take advantage of our Trust Our Assets program.
Hello.
Exactly. A lot of people thought they had to be wealthy in order for them to get a trust. No. And after you hear and set up your consultation with this specific expert and our cash flow division, you're going to be saying, wow, I wish I'd have known about that. And you know what? You shared with me a little bit earlier before we got started tonight, how people are coming to you after the fact. Elaborate on that just a little bit.
So, you know, from my experience, you know, just as a whole now, since I've been in, you know, this actual opportunity roughly, you know, since 2019 myself, that what I've been seeing is, you know, a lot of people have been leaving here early and a lot of people are not leaving here tragic. A lot of people are leaving because of health reasons. So it's really a big thing to look at your health reasons, but more so this, before you get in the realm where your health starts to fail you, let's talk about, you know, your stuff not getting penetrated by the probate court or the IRS or even statutory law. Right. So think about this. Now, some people, you know, they think, hey, if I leave a will, you know, I'll be good to go. But no, it's going to go to the probate court. Some people think if I leave a living trust that, I'm going to be good. Guess what? You can still be going to the probate court. Some people think that, Like, man, if I just tell little Junior, hey, he gonna make some, look, no, let's stop playing. This complex trust that Daryl's talking about right now, this will keep people keep people from actually going to these places that we're talking about and being able to still provide for their families. And the reason how they're gonna be able to provide for their family is that these trusts already have locked in who the trustees are. If the main trustee was to pass as a beneficiary, that's going to take that place of that next trustee and take on the responsibility of how complex it is. But more so is this. There's two things that I want to say to y'all is this. Some people say they love their family, but they don't got life insurance on them. Hey, a trust family is gonna make sure that's secure. Some people say they love their husband or their wife and their kids. But let me ask you this. Wouldn't it be sad if the house, the monies you left from the insurance policy and everything financially be in limbo because you didn't do a complex trust that's impenetrable by any of them? Because the laws of the trust fund that me and Daryl both learned goes all the way back to the 1700s is English common law. So that goes way deeper than statutory law and stuff like that, that seals the bow on the deal of what we're talking about. And I'm glad Daryl, hey, let me chime in to break in on that, because out of all the things I've seen recently is a lot of people, family members that are leaving here and they were the breadwinners. But the breadwinners did not set in place this type of trust that we're talking about. And now a lot of families are hurt. They have to go to places like IE. They got to go to, the unemployment office. They got to go to IE, Social Security office, IE. They got to go over to Social Services to try to see if they can get them some food stamps. And I'm saying this not to the fact to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm telling you what families have to go through, because everybody wasn't the person that deal with the finances, and this right here will help seal the deal on everything from business owners all the way to people that they the breadwinners and they W-2 workers and they have a small home-based business that's gonna secure everything financially with the deal. So if I'll tell you nothing else, get you a trust fund so you and your family, not a regular trust fund. We're talking about you want the right people, because they say membership has privileges. And me and Daryl definitely got our privilege card with people like Mr. Roger Grant out of Grant Consulting. So don't take this out. Don't take this out.
For sure. And guys, listen, we spent a little more time on this because I tell you what, we are in the times now that you definitely need to be sure that you got your life in order. And this is just one of it, because again, if you have a will, you will be in probate. So there's no question about that, guys. Okay, let's keep it moving, man. So listen, we talked about all of the things that we have to offer, but now let's talk about the results of what we have as well. Now, this gentleman here, Mr. Charles and Judith Ivory, words can't explain the success that we've actually watched them have here. And Brian, hey, let me let you run with this one right here, man. Talk to them about Mr. Charles and Judith Ivory, the Waymaker.
Hey, shout out to Charles and Judith Ivory, man. They just happen to be my actual mentors, man. I watched this couple, come on the scene like no other. And when I tell you they're a do-it-first couple, I'm talking about Judith, aka Miss Cookie Ivory, affectionately known, and Mr. Charles. Hey, they were able to lower over 95% of their taxes, reducing about $1,400 per month, and lowering their bills by $1,500 a month, making them a debt-free couple. But not only just that, both husband and wife is able to have better spending power, both of them in the 800 club. And as wealth promoters, they're able to earn $400 a day. But not only that, let me tell you what they did with this cash. They took some cash, they bought another asset. Right now, they have two of everything. They got 2 parcels of land over there in California. They got 2 private reserve accounts. They actually got a commercial building called the Ivory Complex, and they have other different type of real estate out there in the southeastern Georgia area. But most of all, they took some cash and now they're building their dream home. We talk about a dream home that's 6,000 square foot with a 2,300 feet of detachment, with the pool in the back. And they got lake. They can be out there and fishing in the back and getting bass. But the most of all I like about this is that the youngest person, the youngest investor in the family is 4-year-old. We talking about Mr. Young Cameron Ivory. This little young gentleman is learning this game from his mother and his father at an early age. By the time this young man is going to be 18, this young man is going to be having $750,000, all because of something that his parents put him in place and teaching him now. And that's why we was talking about some things you can't learn in school. He's not learning in school. He's learning this from his parents. Hands down. Hey, shout out to him. Hey, they help a lot of people. Hey, I can see them all the way up to national ambassadors, man. I can see it.
That's what's up. Well, how about this gentleman right here, Dr. Gerald Parker?
Yes.
Now, this gentleman, I have the privilege of calling him my friend, mentor. He shared this opportunity with me back in 2019. We were sitting at a coffee table, man, sitting across from each other, and he shared this with me, and I never looked back. I actually watched him walk off a $65,000 job to do this very thing right here that you're seeing full time. So someone said, well, what is it that he do? He's doing exactly what we're doing right now, sharing the good news of MWR.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, it was red carpet, roll out, limousine, pull up, walking out of that building, tears running out of the eyes of everybody he was leaving behind, all expense paid dinner at the Con-Key here locally. And I'm talking about from the main course menu to dessert to whatever we wanted. It was just crazy, man. Paid for by NWR. And it was just amazing to see that he's documented that this business is real. He eliminated 6.5 years of debt. He paid off a brand new Mercedes. $52,000 in debt got eliminated. He reduced his taxes by $350 per month. His credit scores had jumped 128 points, and he's cash flowing $10,000 a day. Now, check this out. He acquired a second home in South Florida, and he has a property here in North Carolina, which he's actually here right now. And as soon as it gets cold, he's going back to Florida. That was always his dream, to be able to have a property back in the Florida area. So this is the validity that this opportunity works, and it works in a big way, man. And I actually saw this for myself, attended that walk away from the job. And I mean, I've never been so changed after seeing that, man. But how about this guy here, Brian?
Hey.
Let's talk about it. Look, the same name spelled differently, but go ahead and roll with it, bro.
Yo, man, I'll tell you what, man. Hey, we talking about the greatest trainer of all time, Mr. Brian M. Bean. Hey, man, this guy right here, man. Hey, this guy's the mentor to the millions. Hey, he's one of the true founders of the Extradition movement, and one of the guys that are true startup or founders of the Wealth Syndicate. Hey, man, we can say so much about this guy, but man, we just lay it out on the table. This guy right here is a do-it-first leader. Hey, he's a very unselfish guy that will help anybody that's keyword willing to want to help themselves get out of something that they already been in for years. But this guy was able to start his Trust My Assets with securing over $3 million in asset. I'll wait. I'm gonna say that a little loud for the people in the back. $3 million in asset, while being able to lower his bill by $1,450 per month. Definitely he's in the 800 club score, and while being the top earner in the company, they were making 45 K a month. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what he did. He took some of this cash. He bought 20 acres of land, which is affectionately known as Bean Acres. Daryl been there. Daryl know some of the stuff they got on there. They got ponds and people can fish at. They got boat. You can boat ride at. You can be able to go out there on the trails with ATVs and four-wheelers. Also, they got people like the Georgia Lotto came out there and did a scene for the Georgia Lottery. We're talking about even shows like CSI doing actual scenes on this man's property. Right. Not only that, he's building an amphitheater on here for us to actually be able to have actual, get-togethers on there and talk about networking and helping a lot of people financially. Not only that, He's talking about building tiny homes in the future for people that want to come out there. And if people want to have, like different get-togethers, like reunions or, class reunions or get together for family reunions, hey, this is a place that you come. But even better than that, man, Daryl, what about that? What about that property in Dubai? Man, what about the property in Dubai he talked about, man? He showed us that at Game Changer, and it was virtual. Right. He wasn't, and what was so awesome about him making these different purchases, he wasn't even there sight on scene to be able to make the purchase. He did it over the phone. Tell me that don't hit different. It's different. He was in a whole other country while he was closing on the land for Bean Acres. He was in Egypt or whatnot, or somewhere out there. He took and then somewhere out there. And this is just part of the vision. So don't think that, when we come on here, we talk about these different top ring earners, we see this for ourselves. So we speak in living truth because we've been in these areas of how these people, grow and building and growing. But Daryl, what was your experience? Because, man, you know Brian longer than I knew him. I just came in and seen what he was doing because you guys are some of the founding members of this actual movement. What was it like when you first met Brian, up to now, man?
Man, listen, the man was humble then. He's humble now. He is sharing with each and every person exactly how to become successful with this opportunity. And, it's just, you get to engage with him and understand how, yes, he did lose $1 million, but seeing how he's able to obtain that money once again. And he said to himself, and he asked God if he ever got to a position where he was going to get this kind of potential to make this kind of money again, that he would learn how to do it the right way. And this program has certainly shown him how to do that. And he's just helping people along the way, man. But I'm going to tell you something about that too. That property that he bought in Dubai, he shared with us. Now, where he's located at, right across the street, you can actually see, new construction that's being built. And what he was sharing with us, because he's facing, street side, and right across the street from where he's from where his property is, up on the floor that he's at, he can see this construction. This construction that they're building is actually going to be mansions that are being built from the what's the main hotel that everybody want to stay at, man. That's pretty heavy. They actually have a cruise ship that I was blown away that I didn't even know they even had that joint, man. It's escaping me right now. But when he talked about that, I was up here like, you got to be kidding me. And they're starting at $20 million each.
Wow. You talking about the mansions or the cruise ships, my brother?
The mansions that they're building. They're starting at 20 mil. Okay?
That's big vision. That's big vision.
I said, man, that's crazy, So and going back to the pond a little bit, and see, he don't say this all the time, but see that he had ducks that were brought in to that pond. Wow. The government actually paid him because it's being the conservation what is it? You want to be a conservative, be able to protect the land and all that. They paid him to bring these ducks in, man, so that way he can protect the nature. Yeah, so, he's got names for the ducks and all that, man. I walked those 20 acres, man, and I was amazed. And check this out. Yeah, the property behind the LVD actually has, the owners have just decided to go ahead and sell him the other 3 acres of land. Man, so he's getting ready to acquire the whole shebang. So I'm up here like, man, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. So yeah, we happy. But let's keep it moving, man. Okay. So what does NWR Financial say? Everything that you saw, if this opportunity, the experts in the services don't help you create, increase, and multiply within your first 30 days, they're going to give you a full 100% money back guarantee. There's no risk of loss here. Now, what financial services company is giving you money back? I don't know, not one. So you don't have no risk with you taking advantage of this opportunity of MWR Make Wealth Real. So it just makes sense to test drive this service, see for yourself the type of results. Go to our Facebook testimonial page at mwrfinancialresults.com, mwrfinancialresults.com, and see the thousands of testimonies that are out there. Okay. And you see for yourself, you can be the next person to have your results with this program. So becoming a wealth promoter that we just talked about, because remember, we already said you already promoting now. Come on board, promote this wealth membership. And to get started is only $249.97. It's a $100 one-time activation fee and $149.97 per month to give you access to these experts and get you on the other side of money. And we get ready to show you right now how we make this money. Okay. This includes a membership too. Okay. So just me and keep in mind, when you become a promoter, it also does include the membership. All right. For $149.97, but one time $100, $249.97, and you in business. So becoming a wealth promoter and be able to do business from anywhere in the country, from the comfort of your laptop, your cell phone, being able to share the good news of this wealth membership. All right. So there's 3 areas that you can get this product exclusively marketed: through e-commerce, direct marketing, network marketing is exactly what the company has chosen to be able to get this message out. Through social media marketing, being able to get on and just share, the good news on your social media platforms. So you have a lot of ways, but these are 3 of the main ways that we're getting this membership out to help you create the opportunity of a lifetime for anyone in these 3 different industries right here. So now what we get ready to do, guys, is we get ready to show you how the money is being made as becoming a wealth promoter. There's 7 different ways that we get paid here. All right. We ain't going to go over all of them, but we're going to share with you exactly how the money is generated. One is through guaranteed residual income. It pays you anywhere from $150,000 to $450,000. We got customer bonuses. Pay you $40 for customers, and you get a 10% override over your 4th customer. We have sponsor bonuses. You sponsor someone into the business that want to go ahead and lock arms with you, pays you a $50 bonus for them becoming a partner. We got a momentum bonus. This is for a person that basically jumps in and get the going, pays anywhere between $150 to $1,500 in your first 30, 60, and 90 days. We have our leadership bonuses. These are coded bonuses that's paying anywhere up to $150, from $30 to $150. We got these performance bonuses. This is weekly, $300 bonuses. So we get paid weekly. And let me explain to you a little bit how that works. You sponsor 6 people into this business in any given week. You're going to be rewarded for doing so by a $300 bonus. That's on top of everything else that you got. Okay. Then we have a Millionaire Residual Income Club. It's a phenomenal ring that you get. We have one for the male and we have one for the female. Our first millionaire ring earner, female ring owner in this company, goes by the name of Cash Flow Christy Howard. She actually designed the female ring. Okay. So now, ladies, you have your own ring. Because, at the time when I first got started, with this phenomenal company, it was a Super Bowl style ring. And I can imagine women wearing that. But hey, that was what was available at that time. Now, ladies, you have your own ring. So these are the areas for you to be able to get paid in a phenomenal way. And now we're getting ready to break down to you the different schedules of payments that you can make as well. Here we go. So we start with our rank advancement. Okay. Starts off in an executive director. As an executive director, you're paid $5 a day, $150 a month. Passive residual guaranteed income. You ain't got to get in your bed for that. So someone would say to me, but Daryl, that don't sound like a whole lot of money. In order for you to make $150 a day guaranteed, you would have to have $36,000 set aside somewhere, gaining about a 5% interest on that in order for you to be able to make that money. So I asked a person, can you share this wealth membership with 3 people, or go put your hands on $36,000 right now? I ain't found a person that could put their hands on that money yet. but I can share this membership and get that money.
Exactly.
Or how about becoming a 2-star executive director with this phenomenal company? That's 12 people on your team. Now, listen, I want you to write this down. 12 equals $600. I can stop right there. $600 in today's economy will save you from losing your home. We talk about the government giving a stimulus package some years back. $600, one-time payment. With 12 people in your organization, it's 12 people who lock arms with you. And this ain't got to be 12 people who you bring into the business. It's 12 people who come into your organization with the leverage of it being built. Will now create you a $20 a day, $600 a month passive guaranteed residual income. Can you do this on your job? I'll wait. So show me anywhere that a comp plan pays like this. And this is just getting you to our 5-star executive director level, which pays $1,250 a week, $4,500 a month. All right. Now let's say you want to go ahead on and get a little more aggressive. Okay. And Mr. Woods, go ahead and talk about the regional directorship.
Hey, I'm glad you let me in there, man. I'm tell you what, this regional director thing, man, hits so different. You can make all the way from $6,000 all the way up to 5-star director $30,000 a month. Let me tell you something. This right here, this whole tier gonna change a lot of people's financial identity, not your lifestyle identity. Because guess what? If you making this type of cash flow on top of the money you already making, I want to make sure we break this down clearly. This is not waged income. This passive and residual income. That means those 4 thieves don't even get to touch this money. We talk about them. We're talking about state tax, federal tax, FICA, and Social Security. They don't even touch this money. This hit different. This is compounded money for doing something one time. But it gets better at a 2-star level. You make $9,000 a month. Tell you right now, some people think about walking away from their job to start making $9,000 a month, because I don't know a lot of people that make $9,000 a month. Let's be frank, unless you top tier. You start getting a top tier when you start to make $9,000. At $12,000 a 3-star, all the way up to 4-star, $19,500. Man, I'm gonna start to change some generational wealth strategy at $30,000 a month. Because you think about that, you had a couple more thousand with that. That's more than somebody made in a year. But for all y'all people that want to get a little bit more heavy, Derek, let them know what happened. Daryl, let them know what happens on that 3rd tier. It really hit different.
Oh, no doubt. So you have what's called a national director that goes all the way up to our national ambassador. This is somebody that want to dig into the trenches and say, you know what, it's time for me to stop playing. Now, you weren't playing with the last 2, but now this right here is really get serious. National director starts off with $11,250 a week, all the way up to $450,000. That's $15,000 a day, folks. Listen, when we first started this company, our top income being earned was $1,000 a day. We went from $1,000 a day to $8,500 a day. We're now $15,000 a day. A day. So I don't care if it took you 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you'll never be able to make this kind of money working a job. Now, someone would say to me, well, it's one of them things. I don't know about that. No, one of them things is what you're doing right now. You got a CEO, you got your president, you got your managers and supervisors, then there's you. Now,
Wow.
you ever going to be able to see to the top of your company that you work for right now? It would have to be when somebody dies. And even then, it's going to be based on your credentials. This is a no judgment zone business, guys. You hear that? No judgment zone. Take that right from Planet Fitness. You can turn around and get yourself in position to win, and it don't care what your background is.
Exactly.
And get this kind of income that's going to change you and your family's life forever. All right. So we call this the NWR Resilient Compensation Plan, guys, and we're just about done here. We're going to show you how our experts are going to get you paid daily, We're going to show you how to save and invest more money. We're going to show you how to get ahead of inflation. We're going to show you how to become your own bank. Through our experts, we're going to show you how to create passive income. We're going to show you how to reduce your taxes legally and ethically. And we're going to show you how to multiply your money. This is the reason why it's a resilient compensation, because see, you actually don't have to build a business. You don't have to be a wealth promoter. You can just take advantage of just a membership and see yourself get over to the other side of money. Let me tell you about our 6-figure playbook. There's 6 things you got to do whether you decide to partner with us or not. You got to get your assets up. You got to get your cash flow up. And you got to get your credit scores up. You got to lower your taxes. You got to lower your debt. And you got to lower your expenses. Now, that ain't Greek that I just said to you. But in order for you to be able to get on the other side of money, those 6 things you got to do anyway. Why not let experts help you do it? Stop trying to get rich and wealthy on your own. That's what this resilient compensation plan is designed to do. Let's keep it moving. So scientists say this, man, you retain this information, but then you lose it because you're not staying plugged in. You're going to be able to retain this information just to be dangerous enough to share this, but allow our experts, our ambassadors of our organization help you get this information out through Zooms, through regionals. We got a national convention that's coming up in Las Vegas that you definitely want to be a part of. If you're a partner out there, make sure you get registered at makewealthrealevents.com. makewealthrealevents.com. Get registered. Also, leadership retreats, being able to attend this, be around like-minded people who's going to see you get to the other side. You're going to have to change your circles, folks, in order for you to be able to retain this information and continue with what our drive and passion is to help as many people as possible with our program. So, Brian, go ahead and break it down to 2 ways that a person can get involved with this program.
Awesome, my brother. Hey, so think about this. Hey, we just talked to you about the Wealth Promoter, and we told you get paid 7 different ways for doing something one time, y'all. And we talking about passive residual income. It hit different from wage income. That's as a wealth promoter. But on the flip side, we talked about having a wealth membership. That's for all y'all people that say, hey, look, Brian, hey, look, I want them experts all in my business because I felt it when you talked about that trust my assets, because a lot of our family members going through that, and I'm tired of going through that. All of us working hard, but it looked like our whole family number of workers. But guess what? You're supposed to make money work for you, just like this complex trust gonna work for you. If that's you, then let's talk about how we're gonna really get down to it. If you want either one of those, Daryl, let's take it to them.
Exactly. So it's 2 types of income, man. You got the linear income, which is about 95% of America just living paycheck to paycheck, paid on Friday, broke on Monday. Now that might not be you, but that is somebody else that's out there. Or you want to create a lifestyle for yourself. That's 5%. Be getting to that 5% when you're financially independent. I told a person the other day, if you knew that you can create freedom, options, and choices for yourself, and also be able to have control over your life. Now they say, well, I got control. Well, no, you don't, because you got somebody that basically says to you when you can go to the bathroom, when you can take your lunch. You got somebody that's telling you when you can take vacation. You got somebody telling you, no, you can't take vacation because you ain't got enough people here to do. No, your life is not yours. As long as you are living in debt, you are still a slave. So let's go ahead on and change that and get into this 5%. With our program, promoting this wealth membership, you have a chance to get on the other side of money. So you're either going to be a 1 or a 2. Number 1, become a wealth promoter. Get started for $249.97, $149 a month. That one-time $100 activation fee that includes the membership. Become a wealth promoter. Or you a 2. You say, hey, Daryl and Brian, I like what I'm hearing. All I want to do is take advantage of that membership. That's okay. $149.97. We still gonna love you. We meet you where you are. This ain't no situation where you only have one choice. You got two, and you still gonna win at either way. We just showing you how by being able to promote the membership, you can get paid handsomely for doing so. So why not, right? So this is the best kept secret, NWR, this premium membership that you just witnessed and that we just broken down to you. Now, to get started is real simple, guys. All you need to do is get back to the person who invited you to this platform tonight and tell them, hey, I'm ready to get started. Either you want to become a promoter or you just want the membership. Take the time to write down the folks that you know want to go ahead and lock arms with you and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm getting ready to do. Take a look at it. Let me bring you on to a live overview presentation. Let them see and hear it for themselves. All right. And then set up a goal. You know, you look at the numbers and see exactly where you need to be. You know what your monthly budget is. You know what you need to make. Let's go ahead and put that down, and we'll show you exactly on one of our other overviews that we do with one of our other expansion leaders at 7 p.m. Tune in so that way you can actually hear and see the compensation plan in its entirety. All right. And let's go ahead and help you win and your family win. We also have our private Telegram group, Wealth Syndicate. Once you get on board with us, we give you the information for you to be able to register for our private Telegram group, because that's going to keep you linked in. It's going to keep you posted on what's going on, keep you locked in. You want to stay plugged in, you get paid, you get promoted. Okay, so do this resource here, this social media resource, we keep you plugged in. So you want to get back to the individual that referred you to this broadcast. As I stated, you want to go ahead and get yourself launched within the first 24 to 48 hours. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Just go ahead and get started. And then you want to get plugged into training immediately and start using your services so you can see the benefits and the fruits of your labor with this program. Okay. And that concludes our conversation with you for this Wealth Talk overnight. Mr. Woods, you got anything else you want to bring to you, to the people out there?
Hey, the only thing I gotta say to people, man, out there, that sometimes when people see this awesome information, they be like, man, I love it, I want to get on, or one like that. There's only two things that are really stopping people from actually, acting on this. A lot of people just caught up in that same mindset, old mindset. Like I said, don't get me wrong. The workforce has taught a lot of people, man, they're working from the age of 15 to 65. Why would you want to work 50 years of your life just to enjoy only 20 years at the tail end?
Wow.
And a lot of y'all been going and saying, hey, I'm looking for a breakthrough. I'm waiting for a breakthrough. Your breakthrough is right here through this actual, conversation that we've been having tonight. Not only yours, but the person that always be inboxing you about they short financially, you helping them out. Or about the person that, hitting you up, in private, a private, conversation like, hey, man, I need a cosigner to sign, for my actual rental property. Or even someone that has the whole audacity. They finally can be able to afford a house because they got the money and stuff lined up, but their credit ain't right. They need you to co-sign.
Right.
Let's go ahead and stop enabling these people. If you love them, you'll send them this actual video that we're going on right now. And even if it's doing the replay, or if they need more information, get back with the person who they saw this from, give them the information, and let's have that conversation today. Let's stop living paycheck to paycheck, because life is not meant to be lived working to you down and out. There's a lot of abundance in this life.
Exactly.
It's for everybody.
Brian. Exactly. Well, Brian, hey, listen, man, we're going to go ahead on and run a quick testimony. Please stand by. And guys, get back to the person who invited you to this information tonight. Stand by.
People. What about a Charles Ivory who lost his job? Give it up for him. What about a Charles Ivory who lost his job because of COVID about 3 years ago, got focused in this business, And now he and Cookie, who are in the room today, y'all stand up real quick. Are building their dream home. The home they're in right now, they have the warranty deed paid for. The land that they're building their new home on, they bought the lot with cash, paid for. The home is upwards of 6,000 square feet with a 2,500 square foot detachment. The swimming pool is getting put in as we speak. They got the water in their backyard flowing behind them as we speak. They own the Ivory Complex, a commercial property. Now they're building the Ivory compound. So they got commercial real estate where tenants pay them every month, passive income. They got land that's paid for in California, 2 parcels in California, Antelope Valley. They got the dream house getting built right now. That land is paid for. Both credit scores in the 800s. He didn't have a job 3 years ago. I will tell that testimony till I'm forever. I don't want to take myself out of here. That's what it can do, guys. They got so many stats. Taxes down 1,400, bills down 1,500, credit scores up 1,800. They make 5 figures a month. Along with his wife, Cookie Ivory, this is Charles Ivory. He's a $1 million residual ring club earner. Talk about the house and how it feels to have a brand new house. What was it like moving from the old one to the new one?
Oh, I can't even explain how it feels to be. Because I never saw this coming. I never thought, because I was excited about paying off the old house. And to be honest with you, I didn't really want to move because I was debt free. But my wife, she wanted other plans. So, so we decided to build a home. We found out that it's a lot cheaper to just build from the ground up than to do a whole lot of remodeling. And I'm really, really thankful for this company because it provides us the money to pay for it. We bought our land cash. I mean, I ain't never think I'll be in a position to buy land cash and then build a 6,000 square foot home with a 2,300 square foot detachment next to it on some lakefront property. I like to fish. We got bass in the backyard.
There you go.
And so hopefully we'll be in that property by the end of this month. We're at the point now. We're at the final stages. Putting on the floors and landscaping should be done next week.
Give it up. Dreams come true. It's unbelievable. And you got some of your friends that's going to say, a membership to do what? And they need all of it.
Wow.
It's amazing. So listen, guys, we want to thank you so much for your patience and your attendance tonight. Please be sure to join us on our Thursday night segment, which is called the Financial University Live. And it's in the background right now, trying to get it to show here just a second. And when you join us on this platform, you'll actually be able to see and hear live from the experts that actually break down this membership in its entirety. So you definitely want to tune in, mwrfinanciallive.com, mwrfinanciallive.com, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. With that being said, I want to wish you all a fantastic rest of the week. And we thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on the platform. Take care.